What is G20? Why does it matter? And why is there so much fuss around it? Let's begin. Leaders of the world's most powerful economies are meeting for the Group of 20 Heads of State and Government Summit in New Delhi on September 9-10. The summit, the culmination of India's year-long presidency of G20, will conclude with the adoption of G20 Leaders' Declaration. As we welcome the most high-profile leadership of the world, here's a primer of what is G20, its history, purpose and significance. 1. What is G20 and what does it do? The G20 comprises of 19 countries: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, UK, US and the European Union. The G20 represents around 85% of the global GDP, more than 75% of the global trade, and is home to about 2/3 of the world's population. Some of its major objectives are to coordinate policy among members to achieve global economic stability and sustainable growth, promote financial regulations that reduce risk and prevent future financial crises. Third, create a new international financial architecture. When and why was G20 created? In 1997, some of the fastest growing economies in East Asia were highly hit by the Asian financial crisis. It was in this context that G20 was created. When and why does the annual leader summit of the G20 begin? The first G20 leaders summit was convened in Washington DC in November 2008. The heads of the IMF, World Bank and UN were also invited. Annual summits have been held ever since. How does this group of G20 work? Okay. This is an informal grouping which has no permanent secretariat, which means that the presidency rotates annually and the decisions are important. However, they are not implemented automatically. Rather, it is a forum where leaders discuss various issues and make pronouncements which signal their intentions. How is the G20 presidency determined? The presidency rotates amongst its members except the EU and are divided into 5 groups. Each country falls in that group and hence the rotation happens. What is the working structure of G20? There are 2 tracks, Sherpa track and Finance track respectively. What will happen at the G20 Leaders Summit? The summit usually results in a declaration or a joint communique to which all members agree. Just like we have agreed to the Delhi Declaration, it is a historic moment for us as Indians that all the signatories have agreed to the Delhi Declaration. Alright, the concrete agenda is mentioned at the outset. Broader climate change related cooperation and sustainability have been pointed as official statements. The absence of Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping could make this more complicated, but the 2 countries will be represented by their senior officials and the foreign ministers. What is the theme of G20 this year? The theme of India's presidency is Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future, which is drawn from the wisdom of the Upanishads, essentially the Maha Upanishad. The theme affirms the value of all life and human, animal, plant and microorganisms and their interconnectedness on the planet Earth and the wider universe, the G20 website mentions. However, according to the government, the G20 logos draws inspiration from the vibrant colors of India's national flag. It juxtaposes planet Earth with the lotus, India's national flower that reflects growth and challenges. The Earth reflects India's pro-planet approach to life, one in perfect harmony with the nature.